Hi, I'm Dr. Ryan Outred, coming to you from Health Out Fitness here in Vancouver, BC. We're bringing health way over here. Fitness, way over here. We're bringing those two things together here. And last week, we had Jonathan Karkner in, a physical therapist. He walked us through how to become more flexible in the sagittal plane into shoulder flexion like this. In particularly, we learned how to stretch our lat muscles. So once those muscles are more relaxed, we should be able to get our arms over our head into this fashion easier. And now we're going to stabilize ourselves into that position today. So I'd like to start on the back for that. So because often those muscles can have it'd be quite challenging to actually use those muscles against gravity at first once you do have that flexibility. So we're going to start on our backs. Notice how I have a towel here. That's going to go underneath my lower back. And when we do these activities, I want you to make sure that your forearms stay parallel like this. So we're trying to stay out of medial rotation, which is what the lat does. And we're trying to stay into more external rotation and pure shoulder flexion so that the upper traps and other kind of deltoids and other larger muscles become more inhibited, and we bias our lower trapezius muscles as we get into this position. Again, like this, not like that. The towel is going to go behind my lower back, and I'm going to squeeze into this towel so that the lats can't pull my lower back into extension. My elbows are at 90 degrees. Okay, I'm tightening the tummy, flattening the lower back into the towel. And then I'm going to slowly bring my hands up towards my head. Again, I'm keeping my elbows in line with my shoulders, so my hand, elbow, and shoulder are in one straight line here. I'm going to push into the floor and hold for anywhere from 60 to 90 seconds. I'll do this twice, a couple times a week. As you get better, you'll be able to straighten the elbow further. To the point where you can almost straighten the elbow all the way. At that point, once you can do that, we'll stand up and we'll face the wall. Jonathan walked us through this activity last week. Again, I'm going to avoid being like this. I'm going to keep my hands, my elbows, and my shoulders in one straight line. Now I'm just going to have light pressure against the wall with my hands. Not pushing too hard. I'm going to take tiny little steps, about an inch or two at a time. Up, I'm slowly walking. I get to drag my hand against the wall a little bit, so I'm not having to actively lift my arm completely against gravity yet. And then I'm going to walk it back down. Again, if you find that you're having to do this while you do the activity, or it's too hard to push into that band, you can do it without the band at first and then add the band later. Finally, if you want to just do shoulder flexion in its purest sense, and you've got the range of motion and you've got that basic stability from doing the one on your back, then an activity like this can be great. Notice how I have very light weights. And I'm thinking about pulling my shoulder blades down away from my neck. So the most common error that people will make when they're doing shoulder flexion is that they're going to overly recruit upper traps and even levator scap and pull the shoulder up towards the neck, which creates a lot of compression and tension in the neck. You don't want that. You want to try to bias the muscles that are down below your shoulder blade down here, your lower trapezius, so that your posture becomes more corrected over time as well. Well, I think that was a good review. Thanks for tuning in. Remember, don't just work out, health out. See you next week.